probably goes without explaining, but just to get your thoughts on it, if you were to not have Demario Davis this weekend, how much of an impact does that have on the defense?
That would be a huge impact. I mean, he's definitely the quarterback of our defense, our emotional leader. He's meant a lot to our defense, to this whole team for a long time, but it would be tough.
Yeah. How do you feel confidence-wise in terms of guys like Pete Werner, Willie Gay, others stepping up in those
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys, they're proven. I know Willie's new, they're proven, but I think the guys are prepared. I think Haji does a great job with them. So if that's the case, I believe we'll be fine.
How much do you guys rep that communication aspect with like other players?
In terms of
just like wearing the green dot like in practice or whatever. Like how much
oh,
do you
yeah,
have like do you rep it with other guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, throughout. I mean, you go the whole way throughout off season, throughout training camp. They all spend time, through the preseason games. So yes, that's not a problem.
Are there enough reps to go along during regular season practices to provide that to other players?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you thought about Brian Bresee, just specifically pass rushing through first 3 weeks?
He's definitely better. I think, coming to that first year, you make that transition, your rookie year, it's a little bit different. So I think he made it through that, but you can see his size, his athleticism, his ability to rush the passer inside, playing more physical in the run game, but I definitely feel like he's improving and giving us good play.
And he's still pretty good as a rookie pass rusher.
Yeah, there's no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
When obviously it's the same on both sides. Both teams going into a game without their starting center. When you see a team like that, how do you, is that somewhere where you obviously adjust your plan to attack that? How much of your week is spent trying to figure out how are we best going to attack this offense?
Really don't worry about it. You're aware of it, but for us, they're going to do what they do. They have good players over there. They're going to plug and play just like we do. So, we're going to know that they're going to try to do the same stuff, but there may be a few things we try to do, but yeah, we really don't concern ourselves with that.
How similar is Atlanta's offense to the one that you guys have been facing in practice? Just scheme, but
it's the system. I mean, Shanahan, Clint, all those guys, we used to call them the cult. So they're all throughout the league, but it's very similar. I think each guy has their own little twist on it, but it's very similar.
Joe, DA said that Chase Young and Granderson are going to get more snaps than Cam going ahead, and also he had his lowest amount of snaps last week. Is that a difficult decision for y'all to make, like just looking at Cam's body of work and what he's meant to this team?
Yeah, I know DA addressed that, so, I mean, to me, it's part of having depth on your defensive line. I know what Cam's meant here for a long time. He's still involved. He's still invaluable for us in terms of what he can do outside on the edge and as an interior pass rusher. But like I said, I think I got asked that question last time. You're really trying to get your guys into that fourth quarter where you got those guys can get after the quarterback. And he's proven he can do that for a long time. So I like the rotation we have. The rep situation, it is what it is.
When a guy's never really been that before and never really seen himself as the role he's in now before, I know that it comes with the territory to have those awkward conversations with players. That how's he taken it? How have you handled it?
I haven't had conversations with him about it. I know talking to our D-line coach, I feel like everything's fine. He understands the plan, what we're trying to do. And again, to me, it's just part of the D-line rotation.
Joe, do you see any similarities between Saquon and Bijan as far as?
They're both pretty good. No, they're both pretty good. He's one of the better young backs in this league. You can see he has great vision. He has home run ability. I mean, he's making people miss in space, so you're going to have to get a lot of people to get him down, a lot of people to the ball.
On Saquon's 65-yard run, how much of that was something you guys should have done better, and how much of that was the talent of the run?
Well, we couldn't catch him, but we just got out of our gaps. I mean, it was that simple. I think we did a good day for the most part, and then that one play just got out of our gaps and he hit the crease. And because of what the defense we were in, there was nobody there, and we couldn't run them down.
I know Goddard's a really, really good player, but what do you make of some of the productions and tight ends have been able to have against y'all the last couple of years?
Yeah, I know questions come up a few times. I just know for him, he had 2 catches for 100 yards. So we had a double team on him. So if we just execute, then the race 70, and it's not even a question. So to me, it's just execution. I got to do a better job coaching. If we got a guy doubled, and he goes for 65, it's a problem. That falls on me.
That was, you're talking specifically on that 61-yarder he was doubled, the fourth quarter play?
We had it set up that we had, I would just say, multiple bodies, multiple eyes on him.
Are there times when explosive plays like Saquon's run can have as much to do with bad luck or bad timing as they do with a particular error, or do you think it's like exclusively?
It's about us doing our job. I mean, everybody has talent, but it always comes down to how you play. And our execution on that play wasn't good, and he found it. So.
Yeah, but if you have a blitz coming from one side and then he's able to bounce out the other way, isn't that kind of bad luck too in a way? Like just the play calls matched up in their favor?
Yeah, no, I don't view it that way.
Okay.
I think we had a great call for that. We just didn't execute it.
When you have guys run into each other, like having on that Goddard play, is that more about communication or technique? Like what happens?
That's where I said I just got to do a better job, just so those guys understand the position where they're at, and just didn't coach it up good enough, and it cost us. So we addressed it, and we'll be better next time.
With a young player like Jordan Howard on a play like that, how do you encourage him to look forward to next week?
You just make the correction. I don't think he understands it. Like I said, he's here going to his second year. Like I said, we watch the play, so we understand what happens. He knows what he has to do a little bit better. And again, it just comes down to us just making sure it's coached properly.
Think of the way the defense is just kind of capitalizing on opportunities when you guys have a chance to make plays, on like for turnover plays.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's been good through?
I feel like it's been good. I mean, I think we've been taking away the ball each game. We left a few opportunities out there. You know, the one fumble we didn't pick up, things of that nature. But I think for the most part, we are taking away the football.
What are your thoughts on Tyrann's interception?
That was great. Just going into it on that particular play, we were expecting a certain play based on our film study, and they ran something different, but he saw it. So I was like, man, I was dapping him up on the sideline. I said, great job. You know.
What more do you get with the potential return of Colin Saunders?
I think veteran, a guy that's played at a high level for a long time, a guy that up front guys trust. They know what type of player he can be for us, so I think guys are anxious to get him back and get him part of that rotation.
And how impactful if you're able to get him back in a game following where the run game on the defensive side maybe didn't work out to your standards. How does he up the standard?
It's good. Just add another good player. Like I said, he's been there for us before. We know he's capable, and he would help us on that one play so they don't get 65 yards. Hopefully.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you guys.
All right.